say. Except I'm coming back with the freshness. You know I love making an entrance. Now, don't get defensive. Time is a matter of seconds. 1, 2, yeah. Off to see the wizard, leave the picture. Me and liquor, evil mixture, demons, glitter, cleaning whiskers. He be Mr. Fisherman. Back on my shit again. Doing my own dance. Feel the rhythm, there's no hands. I tell your vision like programs. Busy living on triple digits, young old man. Y'all dead wrong. I'm upper with the echelon. So butter when the bread long. I'm going strong to my head gone and my head gone. Yeah, floating back up on the scene. I'm saying hello. Do my thing, I'm pulling strings like Tom Morello. I keep it moving, you'll be doing way too much. I ain't telling time, just tell you when it's up. Yep. Yeah, I'm only keeping good company. I am not talking to you if you don't have love for me. Yeah, one for you and one for me. I am not talking to you if you don't have love for me. Yeah, I mean, wow, do not touch that dial. I've waited a while, been around just like word of mouth. You gon' hear me out, and I put that on my house. I'm always going overboard. I better swim before I drown. I'm like rubber with the bounce, 100 beat a count, drumming loud as thunder with the sounds. Yeah. Bang, bang, bang. I was younger, fuck around every summer wild. Always had it jumping at the house. Yeah, clapping for y'all. I'm into having it all. Feeling like Shaq with the call. Stature is tall. Rolling around with the homies. A battery pack with my dogs. Fuck with my dogs. Having enough ain't a lot. Putting a check in the box. Straight to the top. It don't matter. Never mind the pattern when you taking them shots. Enough with the bullshit. Enough with the bullshit. Enough with the extras. Fuck up my money. I swear I've been through it. Fuck all the losing. That's just an illusion. Gotta keep them coming back for more than keep it moving. Yeah, I'm only keeping good company. I am not talking to you if you don't have love for me. Yeah, one for you and one for me. I am not talking to you if you don't have love for me. Love for me. Follow me another way. Yeah, you know you better stand, goddamn. Put your hands together. Everybody got money, get the band together. Moving like you can't stand the weather, but it ain't gon' rain always. Yeah. Yeah. She do whatever she like, and that just don't seem right. Yeah, make people so mad. Yeah, they want it so bad. Well, we was fucking, almost missed my flight. I wasn't even tripping, I said it's alright. Yeah, goddamn, we was hit last night. Wouldn't you rather get along? Wouldn't you rather get along? You was coughing when you hit my weed, but I've never seen you feel that free. You're so cute, you wanna be like me. Wouldn't you rather get along? Wouldn't you rather get along? Until there is no longer. Let's get lost inside the cloud. And you don't gotta work harder. I can calm you down. Yeah. Well, I was busy when you hit my phone, but you missed me, told me come back home. Yeah, and you don't really like to sleep alone, but I'm taking too long. I'm always taking too long. Baby, we don't need a trip, we could be right here. When the shit get weird, we can switch up gears. I wanna see them lips kissing ear to ear. I wanna hear your song. Oh, I wanna feel just how you feel. Touch it one more time so I know you're real. We could spin that wheel, wouldn't you rather get along?
What's up, boys? We're back. Hope everyone's having a good morning so far. Hopefully the audio sounds good too. Good morning, everybody. We're back from 2 weeks gone. We got some World Cup going on. We got some baseball, probably some WNBA as well. So we're gonna rip some slips this morning. Appreciate everyone who is. We got an echo. Hopefully the echo is gone. Let me know. Audio sound good? Yes? No? How does the audio sound? Is it better now? All right, cool. All right, let's go ahead and hop into it. So we're going to be using Upside tools as we always do. Right now we're going to check out the Whale Watch tool. Typically this is what I do. This is like kind of the first thing I check out. See where some money's coming in. This is over on the Better Sportsbook. Netherlands versus Tunisia? Is that how you pronounce that? Let me see this real quick. The Better Sportsbook has me limited like crazy, so this might not be that exciting. But we are going to go see if we can get this play in. So this is for the World Cup, obviously. Netherlands today. This is tonight. Let's see. Netherlands is minus 1,600 on the three-way money line, so that ought to be a fun sweat. I'm just going to sprinkle this. Plus 1427 over on the Better Sportsbook. Let's see how much they let me get down on this. Oh, I guess they let me put more on it just because it is a main line. But we can take this if you guys want. I just sprinkled a little bit of money on it. There's $282,000 coming in on this at plus 1427. We're getting a nice 18.9% edge. Obviously, compared to where all that money is coming in over on Polymarket at plus 1246. So a nice little edge there, along with tailing the sharp money on this play. I actually have no clue how the group looks right now. So like this could be somebody taking it because Netherlands is already advancing. I'm actually curious to see that real quick. Let's see. World Cup. US plays Turkey tonight. I'm really interested to see if they play all their guys. Since we won our first two matches, we're already qualified for the next round. Netherlands has 4 points right now in the group. Let me see. They're in Group F. Japan has 4 points. Sweden has 3. Okay, so they need to win this game. I don't think they're guaranteed to make it through. I guess worst case scenario, they're in third. I don't know. Is this supposed to be Thomas Jordan the fifth? All right, so we can take this. I'm going to go ahead and clear this off. Let's see what else we have here. A golf matchup between Brian Campbell and Mark Hubbard. Okay, let's go take this on Novig. $7,300 coming in on this. Over on ProfitX. Are these different? Plus 150. Hold on, I want to make sure this is right because we have over a 50% edge here. I don't know if that's correct. We're gonna go look at ProfitX. I just want to make sure it's the same like market type. Let's go pull this up. Golf round matchups. This is what it would be under, right? I don't see anything here. Here it is. Okay, I think that's off. I don't think that's showing the same thing. These should be plus money. So it's still technically money coming in, but we're not getting that much of an edge on it. I'm going to skip over this. Same thing with this other matchup. Yeah, we have a lot of like golf matchups. I don't think those are correct. Let's see. All right, we're gonna go over to the player props optimizer. Let's go ahead and look for some prize picks to start this off. Make sure filters are here. Get a couple data points. All right. Yeah, this is a good prop. All right, so I have to build out prize picks on my phone, if you guys don't remember. Because if I try to pull it up on the screen, it starts glitching out. It's just crazy. So this first leg we're going to take is going to be Freddie Peralta under strikeouts. Under 5.5 strikeouts. Really, really good prop here. You guys can see that we've got minus 138 on both DraftKings and FanDuel. So a couple of good data points there. And then obviously on the exchange markets, we're also having really good price points as people are paying minus 138, minus 140. And that is, you know, de-vigged. There's no vig involved there, and they're paying that price. So we're going to take that as leg number one. Leg number two, I'm also going to take this Nolan Arenado play. So Arenado under 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. And then we're also going to take Jacob Young under 0.5 singles. All right, Jacob Young under 0.5 singles. He is on the Nationals. So we've got 3 legs there. Not really enough to play as a 3-pick power. You could probably stretch it if you're just, you know, looking at these the exchange markets. But we're gonna try to build out a full 6-pick here. So let's do this. We're gonna also toss in Kerry Carpenter under 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. We're gonna have a whole bunch of unders in the slip. So Kerry Carpenter under 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. We could take this Wilson Contreras prop. We've got 4 props right now. I also like to do this. I'll just clear my filters completely. And I don't think fantasy scores up yet, but sometimes we'll have really good fantasy score discrepancies. Looking at, you know, underdog and better. Let's see. This is very interesting. Now, here's something you guys will notice, and this is actually a prop that I would take. Okay, you'll hear me talk a lot about double-sided odds, and what I mean by that is if I come down here to, for instance, the Arenado prop that we just took, you'll notice that we have data points for both the over and the under, and what that means is that we're able to de-vig these to find like the true probability of this specific play hitting. But if we come back up to this top prop here, I've got no filters on right now, so this is just the top play being pulled on prize picks with these other data points. You'll notice that there are no double-sided odds, whether that's ProfitX, DraftKings, FanDuel. We just have odds for the over. Now remember, we're trying to win on 6-pick flexes at a 54.3% rate, which with our double-sided odds, we can figure out the probability for those specific props. Now here, we have both DraftKings and FanDuel with this single side odds of minus 390. Now, that's a big difference from what we're traditionally looking at, you know, around minus 135, minus 140 for double-sided odds. This is a prop that I would take. This is for the Belgium game tonight. These odds are high enough for me to want to take this. So I'm going to add it to our slip. So this is going to be for the World Cup. This will be Belgium versus New Zealand tonight. And you guys can take this if you want. If you're not a huge fan of taking props like this, you don't have to. This is for tomorrow's game. So this is also one of those props that could just DNP because he might not even be in the starting lineup. But for now, we're going to take this. So over 1.5 shots for Alexis Salamakers. I have no idea how you would say that. This prop I'm not going to take. I'm not really a huge fan of seeing single-sided odds in these price points, but seeing DraftKings and FanDuel in agreement here at minus 390 on that first one is good enough for me to take. Okay, so let's go back. I'm gonna go ahead and add my filters again. We'll see what we can have here as our last leg. Okay, last leg. Let's run this. So this is in that same game actually. What side is he on? Chris Wood is on New Zealand. Are we going to get a shifted payout here if I take this under? No, we are not. Okay. So we're going to have two props there in that New Zealand game tomorrow. So Chris Wood under 0.5 shots on target. And then the over 1.5 shots for Alexis Salemakers. No clue if that's how you say that or not. Let me drop the link in the chat. Am I white? What is that supposed to mean? Am I white? Yes. I always forget to skip the end of this song. If you listen to Mac Miller, you're used to it. But if not, you're like, what's going on? All right, I dropped the link in the chat. So we're running this. This is a 25x. Over on Prize Picks. I'm going to go over the slip one more time. I got to get the screenshot to pull over here. Here we go. All right, so this is what we're running. Kerry Carpenter under 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. We've got Jacob Young under 0.5 singles. Freddie Peralta under 5.5 strikeouts. Nolan Arenado under 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. And we've got two different World Cup props, both in the same game tomorrow night. Alexis Salemakers over 1.5 shots. And then Chris Wood under 0.5 shots on target. All right. That's what we got. That's for Prize Picks, okay? So, hopefully everyone got that in. I put the link in the chat. Let's move on to the next one. All right? Let's go check out Better. See what we've got. Okay, we're going to take this prop for sure. Awa? How do you pronounce this? Not good with some of these names. This girl. Awa Pham? Whatever. Under 8.5 rebounds and assists. Minus 146 on FanDuel. Okay. She plays for the... She's in the Liberty and the Storm game. Okay. Boom. Under 8.5 rebounds and assists for Pham on the Seattle Storm. Leg number 1. All right, we're also going to take this Lane Thomas prop. Under 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. Lane Thomas, where you at? Where you at, Lane? What team is he on now? He's not still in the Nationals, right? Royals, that's what it is. Okay. All right, Lane Thomas under 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. And then finally, we are going to take Michael McGreevy under 17.5 pitching outs. This line's at 16.5 over on DraftKings. We're also having people pay minus 141 over on Novig for this prop. So this is going to be the last prop, and then we're going to run this as a 3-pick power. So let's go over to the Cardinals game. Pitching outs under 17.5 for McGreevy. All right, 3-pick power. Boom. All right, everyone get that in. I'll put a link in the chat for you guys. So the link does get sent out over on Twitch and on YouTube. All right. So remember, 3-pick powers, similar to Prize Picks. We need 55% hit rate long term on our individual props, as you guys can see here, a little graph, right? 55%. All three of these props clear that. There are some cases where I will stretch that into the 54s based off of specific data points, which I've talked about before. Kind of just feeling out which data points mean more. So whether that's FanDuel, whether that's the exchange markets, those are kind of the three main ones that I typically look at, that I will draw a little more of an opinion about that specific prop. Not that opinions are necessarily needed, but an opinion based off of the price point that we are seeing. So FanDuel, Novig, and ProfitX, those are the three big main ones. And, other ones over here I'm not super fond of. We've talked about Fliff before. Fliff kind of adds just juice randomly. You'll notice that, with a specific prop, for example, the under 5.5 here on Peralta, you've got minus 135 to about minus 140 on every major sports book, and then Flip just comes in and adds a little bit of extra juice at minus 150. So certain data points I don't really take into consideration too much, but overall you're pretty much looking at these 5 here for the majority of your price comparisons. Smile real quick, I missed it. One thing that I will say is, if you are somebody who has Bet 105, I didn't know this for the longest time. For those who don't know, I've been gone for 2 weeks, out of the country, right? Of course, me not being able to use my normal books, I am itching to sports bet. And I'm trying to figure out where I can bet. Bet 105 is legal like everywhere pretty much, including the States. But it is a direct copy of Pinnacle, similar to like how Onyx is a copy of DraftKings. So if you are somebody who has Bet 105, you may ask yourself, okay, well, if Pinnacle's a sharp book and they're a copy of it, how am I going to find good bets? Literally my entire trip, my entire 2 weeks, I just used Bet 105 compared to the exchange markets, Novig and ProfitX. You could say it was just good variance, but I don't know how many of you guys can see this. Probably none, because it's blocked. But there it is. Let's zoom in on this. This right here, I'm not even joking, guys. This is crazy to me. But how do I zoom in? That's my account right now. When I left for my trip, I had $1,500 in my account. So in a 2-week span, I made over $3,500 just off of comparing lines from essentially Pinnacle to the exchange markets. Crazy. So some of that was like the whale watch stuff, I will say. But I mean, if I look at like my daily figures, so this was beginning of this week, and then last week, like just nuts. This was like a 5-day stretch where I was like, okay, did I find a hack here? What's going on? And then I finally came back down a little bit, but just nuts. So for those of you guys who are not already on Bet 105, or if you have Bet 105, just know that even though you don't see, a Bet 105 drop down when you're looking at like props over here, you can find stuff by using Pinnacle. Okay. Can you make me $3,500 every 2 weeks? I mean, hey, if you're following the same things that I'm doing, then I'm not gonna say it's likely, but you guys know my process. I pretty much walk through it with you guys every single day. We're gonna take a look at some game lines here and see what we've got going on today. I will say I had a little bit of a poor day yesterday. I'm pretty sure I had a bet on every single World Cup game, and every single bet that I had on those World Cup games went the opposite. So like if I had the over 2.5, the under 2.5 hit, and then vice versa. We're gonna look at Novig real quick. All right, let's take a look at this. Novig. Okay. So here's a good one. We could take Toronto Tempo minus 2.5 plus 130. Looks like Pinnacle's taking 3K on this, plus 4.8% EV. I'm gonna pull this up real quick at plus 130. There's definitely liquidity available on it, so we can all get this in. I'm gonna see how much I should be putting on this. So what I like to do, if you guys remember, I like to just devig Pinnacle, so plus 110 minus 133. Plug that into our Novig calculator here. Plus 110 minus 133, I believe I said. Yes, okay. So then we have a 45.48% chance to hit this. You plug in your bankroll. I prefer to do 0.5 Kelly on some of these main lines. And then, what did I say we're getting? Plus 130, right? Okay, so 350 for me. I'm going to put on this prop at plus 130. So that comes out to about a little bit over a unit and a half. So if you guys want to tail that with me, that's going to be what we're running. Okay. What? LaMelo trade? Are y'all trolling? Oh my gosh. The Charlotte Hornets are trading LaMelo Ball to the Minnesota Timberwolves for Naz Reid, an unprotected first-round pick for 2033, 3 first-round pick swaps, and 3 second-round picks. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Are we serious? That's insane. Which, by the way, guys, while I'm gone, for those of you guys who've been in stream, I'm a Miami Heat fan. Giannis to the Heat, awesome, but at the same time, we got fleeced. I will say that we got fleeced. It kind of sucks. Like I was excited to see the news, and then my smile kind of faded as I was reading everything that was given up for Giannis. I don't know. I guess we'll see what happens. But like, it feels like we just traded all of our young talent away. I didn't want to see where it get traded. Tyler Hero's gone. Freaking Triple J got traded. Like it was a lot. We gave away a lot on top of the picks as well. I don't know. I'm still. It's one of those trades where like you can't really be too excited until you see actually what happens. But this is nuts. Anthony Edwards and LaMelo on the same team. That feels like one of those things where like, I mean, that's like when you play 2K and you what's the game mode? Blacktop, where you just pick a couple dudes who are just gonna ball out. I'm curious how that dynamic is gonna work. If the Heat lose Norman Powell as well, I'm gonna be upset. I think getting Giannis is awesome, but at the same time, it's not. That doesn't mean you got to give up your entire team. Like, not for him being old and injury prone, but is he so? Yeah, I mean, it's like it's one of those trades where like if you're getting Giannis and you're giving up that much, you have to make a championship run in the next 3 years. Like, because at that point, three to 5 years from now, you know, Giannis is not going to be. At least I wouldn't think Giannis is not going to be at the top of his game, you know, and you've got other players who are also aging. So like, it wasn't the Giannis trade, it was the Bobby Portis trade. Bro, I don't care about Bobby Portis. Bobby Portis better be putting up 20 points consistently a game if you want me to care about Bobby Portis being on the Miami Heat now. Yeah, I don't know how it's going to work. Bam, Giannis. We'll see. Coming from a Mavs fan, the Giannis trade is still better than the Luka trade. I mean, I think everybody is like in agreement with that the Luka trade was awful. All right, let's look at another prop here. So everyone get this in? Sorry, I know that was kind of interrupted by that trade. Toronto tempo -2.5 at +130. We're all taking this. We're all riding this one tonight. Let's check something else out. This one might be an absolute nuke. Look at these pinnacle odds right here. This is for the Liberty and the Storm. This is for the under 169.5 at +111. Look at Pinnacle -107. This might be a lot. -107, -113. Whoops. -107, -113, so this is a 49.35% chance to hit. And we're getting this at +111. Okay, so $370 on this. So that also, you know, you guys can, if you guys see, I'm plugging in that my bankroll here is 20K. So therefore, one unit would be $200. So this is just shy of a 2-unit play. So I don't need you guys seeing the dollar amount and being like, oh my gosh, am I about to, you know, nuke these plays? No, just play them with your unit size. I'm showing you guys how my process of using the Kelly calculator, right? So just plug it in, or just if $200 is 1 unit for me, this is just shy of 2 units. So you can do that on yours as well. So we're taking the under 169.5 at +111 in the Liberty and Storm game over on Novig. All right, best odds in the market right here, +111. You got Pinnacle at -107. You've got DraftKings at -105. You've got FanDuel at -108. We're getting a really good price on this. Okay. Mike, you're a little bit late. Mike just came in here and said LaMelo went to the Wolves. Yes, we saw the move. That's interesting. I wonder how many more like big trades we're gonna see. All right, Tempo, Storm. We've already got bets on these two games on these same exact lines, so we're gonna clear them out. Let's go over to let's go to Pinnacle. I'll show you guys what I do here. So we're obviously not using Pinnacle to compare our lines since we're using Pinnacle to place our bet. So I just like to come down here for the model. I have my own presets, but if I just click Sharp Books only, I'll just use that. And typically I'm just looking at the exchange market, specifically Novig. We don't really have a lot right now, it looks like. So that's that. I can see the Pelicans doing something. Yeah, I figured Ja Morant's going to get moved. I really do. I think Ja Morant's going to move. That was the other trade that I was thinking was going to happen earlier in the season. Ja Morant moving to the Heat, but that never happened, so that's fine. All right, we've got nothing here. Nothing right now. Let's look at... What do you guys want to look at? Let's go back over to the Whale Watch tool real quick. Oh, yeah, what did you guys think of the draft? I really didn't watch that. I kind of just... I knew Debanso was going to go first, and then Peterson would go second, and then I didn't really care about the rest, honestly. It's weird because, like, to me, as somebody who, like, really paid attention to college basketball this past season, it feels like there's a lot of guys that could be big names in the NBA, but, like, it feels like you also never know that. There's been years in the past where, like, guys will come out as, like, a top prospect, and they just don't really do much. So, I don't know. Are we going to take this? Germany minus 1.5 versus Ecuador over on ProfitX at plus 178. We got 21K coming in on this. Over on Polymarket. Sorry. Plus 178. Put a little bit on that. Minus 1.5 for Germany at plus 178. You guys can get that on ProfitX. By the way, if you guys are not already on ProfitX or Novig, you can use code Trident to sign up. TRIDENT. You'll get some sort of deposit bonus or free cash when you do. Most of the DFS apps and exchange markets I am partnered with, so you can use that code pretty much everywhere. You guys can see at the bottom right of the screen, all those little icons. Yeah, Dabble, Better, Sleeper, Underdog, Kalshi, and Pickett, of course. Did I see Giannis got traded? Yes, I did. I did see that Giannis got traded. What else are we going to take here? I'm skipping over these golf matchups because I don't think that they are accurate here. What else are we going to do? Are these golf matchups for today? They are. I'm trying to figure this out still because I think that there is money coming in at these price points or at these dollar amounts, but it's at plus 154 and plus 150 and plus 144. I think that this, I think the Whale Watch tool is actually pulling them wrong. That's why it shows that there's a 50% edge. Or like Shoffley here at plus 217 at with 110% edge. I don't think that's right. So what is good though about this is that if these are pulling at, or if this should be plus 188, this is still a good price to take. So I'm actually going to take these. We're going to take them. A prop like this though, I'm not going to take because it looks like ProfitX has a better price, right? So here's what we're going to do. We are going to take Victor Hovland at plus 122. Germany minus 1.5 we took at plus 178 on ProfitX. Giannis looked like a dude. Giannis's bulk up from like the time he got drafted to, I don't know, a few years ago was insane. Yeah, we got Germany minus 1.5 at plus 178 over on ProfitX. Okay. All right, Victor Hovland plus 122 versus. Okay, hold up. I see what the issue is. I think I see what the issue is. Hold on. Because this is for Maverick McNeely. We don't want to take that. We wanted Hovland at plus 22. Okay, let's not take this. I almost confirmed that trade. I have to let them know something's up. So, like for instance, if we go to Novig to take Shoffley at plus 217, what is he trading for right now on ProfitX? Shoffley and Scheffler. Shoffley's trading at plus 198. And we can get him at plus 217. Okay, so now I see what's going on. So this is correct. Because this is telling me that somebody placed Shoffley at plus 220 with that much liquidity. So we can get him at plus 217, just shy of it. Okay, we're going to play this. So we need Shoffley to outperform Scheffler in this tournament. Plus 1-4, yeah. Okay, I'm going to skip these other ones. We'll ride with Shoffley and that's it. Do I have a ProfitX code? Yes. Code Trident. TRIDENT. Okay, we got DraftKings here. Let me pull this up. This is going to be over on Onyx. So if you have DraftKings, you can take it over there. But we're going to look at this Phillies Nationals under 8.5 total runs at plus 100. Obviously, like I've said before, Onyx is a replica of DraftKings, so they have the same odds. Sometimes they don't, so that's why we're checking. What did I say? Nationals, Phillies, under 8.5 at plus 100. I don't know what's going on with Onyx, but yesterday they wouldn't let me place anything either. They just kept saying this, and I really don't know why. Is that happening with anybody else? I guess I'm gonna have to submit a customer support thing. I don't know why, but it's been happening. So I can place it with coins, but not cash. Yeah, they might have nuked me. I don't know. Do people get limited on Onyx? I mean, I know I'm already limited, but like, do they get like kicked off? That I don't know. All right, we're gonna ride. We're not gonna ride this. We are gonna ride this one. So this is for tonight. Japan and Sweden, both teams to score. We're taking the no at plus 133. So if you guys want, take this. There's going to be a little bit of liquidity left. You can also make a market at plus 133. See who else wants to bite on the other side at minus 133. 14K coming in on this on Polymarket at plus 133. Sweden versus Japan. We're taking the no side on both teams to score. All right, let's look at pick 6 real quick. I saw that we have this 30% winnings boost. Soccer picks on pick 6, I think for the majority of the time, are terrible. And what I mean by that is that you have a lot of times where it's going to have a multiplier, and then these other ones are just going to have an over, and the odds are not going to be great. So for the US game specifically, got a whole bunch of overs that you can take, not any unders. So I may look at that a little bit later. Remember, with soccer, I typically prefer to get in slips closer to game time after the lineups drop. That way you don't have a whole bunch of DNPs in your lineup. So I'm going to skip that for now, but we are going to check out pick 6 to see if we have anything decent here. Nothing that looks good, at least to me. Maybe if we get some sort of boost later, I might run something for baseball or maybe for WNBA. Nothing good right now. Can't find the referral link on the app. For Profit X, how many units was the soccer play? This one right here, this is just under a full unit for me. So this is like 0.75 units. Here, what I will say, let me do this real quick. If you guys want, this might be a little bit easier. Let me see if I can do this real quick. If you need the link directly, you can go here. If you need the link directly, all of my like affiliate stuff is going to be on that link. Any prize picks value that's what we're looking at right now. There is a little bit here. I actually think this is a great prop. So Maximilian Bayer on Germany. We can go take his over 0.5 shots on target versus Ecuador. That's today, 4 o'clock. That's a really good prop. You guys can see the single-sided odds, but also we do have a good data point here from both Novig and Profit X. So we're going to take that as leg number 1. We are also going to go take, if I can do this. We're going to go take Abreu under 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs as leg number 2. Wilyer Abreu under 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. And then, hopefully, they allow us to do this. I don't know if they nerf this or not. We might have to build out a full... Yeah, so that's at 5.5x. Honestly, a 5.5x with those 3 props is not terrible. I am going to try and build out a full 6-pick with this, though, just because we do have some value on the board. So what we're going to do is we are going to take those 3 props. So Contreras and Abreu both under 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs, obviously correlated there. And then we're going to also take Pete Crow Armstrong over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. We're also going to take the under 0.5 singles for Spencer Horwitz on the Pirates. And then finally, we are going to take... What are we going to take? Let me think. What are we going to take here? Don't want to take Springs at 15.5. Let me go back to Whale Watch real quick. Ooh, what was that prop? What did I just see? Matthew Boyd for what? Under 4.5 strikeouts. Let's take this. Oh, I just saw the Prize Picks. Oh, they bumped it, didn't they? They did. Dang it. The Prize Picks logo was there, and then they bumped it. Okay, so then what else can we take? Anything niche down here that we can take? No. All right, we got 5 props. We want 1 more. Let's just take this Agunbowale prop. Minus 133 and minus 138 over on Profit X. Let's go take this. So, WNBA, Agunbowale, over 1.5 3-pointers made. And we're going to flex this, obviously, for a 25x payout. This is a 6-pick flex on Prize Picks. I'm going to get a screenshot so I can pull it up for you guys. I'm also going to send the link out in the chat. We've got a little bit of correlation involved here as well. there's the link for you guys on Prize Picks. And here's what we just locked in. All right, so this is a 25x. We're taking Spencer Horwitz under 0.5 singles. We've also got Maximilian Bayer over 0.5 shots on target versus Ecuador today. Pete Crow Armstrong over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. This dude has been on fire, so hopefully he can continue. And then we've got a little bit of correlation here with a couple of Red Sox players, Willie Abreu and Wilson Contreras, both under 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. And then finally, we've got Enrique Agumbawale over 1.5 3-pointers made. Did I miss pick 6? No, you did not. There's just really not much value right now on pick 6. All right, hopefully everyone got that in. This is on Prize Picks. I sent the link out in the chat. Let's look over on Underdog. What do we have here? There's that Matthew Boyd prop. We're going to go ahead and lock that in. So Boyd under... They already locked. They just already changed it. Okay. What else do we have here? Springs. I'm not taking Springs right now. I don't like what I see. This is actually minus 138 now. I think they changed it. Springs might be a play. Schmidt. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of these. We're not going to look at any player props yet. I typically don't do that right away. Unless we could see potentially some value on sleeper. I think I saw a little bit of sleeper value yesterday for soccer. These look like all over the place, though. Let's look for stuff today. Malik Tillman. All right, we're going to lock this in. We're going to run this 2-pick on sleeper. I know it's crazy. We actually have sleeper value, but for whatever reason, it feels like that their World Cup lines have been off. At least that's what it looked like yesterday, and we should see some more value today. So, leg number 1. We're taking both of these 10 o'clock games tonight. So for U.S., we're taking Malik Tillman over 0.5 shots on target. Should be at 1.93x. And then for the Australia versus Paraguay, we're taking Antonio Sanabria over shots on target at 0.5. He's on Paraguay. 1.9x. All right. So we're going to lock that in. 2-leg, 3.66x. And remember, we're locking these in early. There's a good chance that play right there doesn't even happen. Just because if neither one of those guys, or if one of those two guys are not in the lineup, the starting lineup, then we get our money back. So that's a 3.66x over on Sleeper. You guys can use code Trident over there if you're not already on Sleeper. Seems to be like there might be some good value for the World Cup. So definitely get on there. I don't think that we have any crazy discounts right now. We do not. Could end up having some later. Welcome back, Trident. Thank you. Thanks for welcoming me back. I'm telling you guys, the last few days of my trip, I was ready to get back. Having one sports book to bet on is not fun. It's not fun at all. It's fun that I made money, but was not fun. So I was ready to get back to my normal routine, finding value with you guys. I was trying to give you my referral code, but it's not on the app for me. Give me your referral code? I don't need your referral code. Or are you saying you were trying to use my referral code? This is interesting over on Kalshi. I know this is a pretty hefty play. How much would I have to put on this? 127 minus 170? 41.16 plus 152. 245 on this. I'm down to do that. What is that for Netherlands? Under 2.5 plus 152. What is that? 245. Yeah, so this is kind of correlated in a way. Just because we did have the we took the draw, I believe. What do we have? What did we have for the Netherlands game? Was it draw? I can't even remember now. Did we take it on Novig? No. Prophet X. I can't remember what we took. What did we take for this game? Netherlands and Tunisia? What did we take on this? We took something. I remember we took something on this game. Somebody remind me where we took this at, because I don't see anything right now. Welcome back. What's up, dude? What up? Look at prize picks over 2.5 goals allowed for USA Turkey. Is that for like a main line? Spencer Horwitz to be placed on IL. What? Tragic. What did we take for that Netherlands game? Like, why do I not see that play? We took the draw. I remember we took the draw. It was at plus 1,400 or something. Oh, we took it on the Better Sportsbook. That's what it was. Anyways, what I was getting at is that if we are taking that play, I don't see a world where Tunisia is scoring 3 goals. So taking the under 2.5, hopefully a defensive game, under 2.5 for Netherlands, plus 152 over on Kalshi if you guys want to tail that. I put a little bit over, just a little bit over a unit on it at plus 152. Okay. So it looks like there's a little liquidity left over there if you guys want to take that with me. Plus 152 on Kalshi. You guys can also use code Trident over there. Not seeing anything crazy here. Minus 235 on Prophet X for under 3.5. What did we take for Sweden and Japan? This would also be correlated. We took the no for both teams to score. I don't really like taking props over minus 200, but if it's worth it, then I will. So let's see, minus 265. And then plus 215, I think is what it said. Yeah, so we're looking at Pinnacle here. So we got a 69.58% chance to hit this prop. Devigging to Pinnacle. We're getting it at minus 235. Yeah, not worth it. I guess directly devig to Pinnacle, it's not a great play. But I'm assuming that it's plus EV because you've got DraftKings here at minus 300. Get a couple other books closer to that as well. So I'm going to stay away from that. I'm not going to take it. Let's look at Wheel Watch one more time. Earlier you took Netherlands draw. Yes, I did. We took it over on the Better Sportsbook. So if you guys go over to, I guess I could pull it up on here too. I didn't even think about that. So Better, oh wait, this is just Better Picks. I don't think you can pull up the sportsbook. You might be able to. Maybe I just don't know how. It's a free pick. Combo 2.5 goals allowed. Oh, you're talking about the player prop combo. Yeah, on sports on the sports book for better though. We did take the draw at plus 1427. So pretty good odds over there. Let me go look at this combo prop that you're talking about. 2.5 for goals allowed between the goalkeepers. I assume that's what you're referring to. Goals allowed combo. 2.5 USA versus Turkey. Why is that a free prop? Why do you say it's a free prop? Are we looking at
being attracted to him and finding people respected him and I respected him. I loved the fact that he sensed how my feelings were, and I learned to understand and respect and see his feelings and understand his feelings.
minus 149 for the over? Minus 162 on FanDuel. Okay, that's a good prop. That's a good prop. I'd probably work that in with something. We can run that. I mean, yeah, I'm down to run that. I just don't know what other props that we would take right now. Also, I guess we're not 100% confirmed if those are the two goalkeepers that'll be starting. But yeah, over 2.5 goals allowed. Seems good on paper, but remember, it's not like if there are 3 goals scored that is a guaranteed hit. You could have somebody who doesn't start. You could have somebody who gets substituted. You guys saw yesterday the Mexican goalkeeper got subbed in, Ochoa. So, like, if a sub happens and one of the goalkeepers comes out and a goal is scored after, like, that would not count. So, kind of have to take that into consideration a little bit when adjusting for the price that we're seeing. It's a good find, though. It's a good find. All right. What else do we have here? Do we want to triple down on Tunisia? Plus 2.5 at plus 104. This is a good prop. I want to take this. Let's go over to underdog. Josh Rojas. Can we find him? Josh Rojas. What was it? Just over 0.5 hits? Yes, over 0.5 hits for Josh Rojas has already been bumped. Of course. Oh, I see why. Jeez. Is this Salvi prop up? Under 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs? Let's go take that. And then we're going to pair this up with... Oh, I don't like these other props, dude. I don't like taking these pitching out props. They suck. Does Underdog have this lineup? The World Cup thing that we were just talking about? USA game. I don't think so. Yeah, I guess not. Okay. Salvi under... I don't want to take this prop, but I think I'm going to have to. I think I'd prefer to take that, honestly. Can we just go take Nick Gonzalez under hits, runs, and RBIs? Pair these up for the early games. Why am I getting a 2.94x payout? Did Salvi get bumped? He had to have, right? Yeah, he did. Of course. All right, never mind. Thanks a lot, Underdog. All right, it's 10 o'clock. Let's try to get in one more slip or one more play real quick before we hop off. What do we want to do, though? That's the question. What's the move? Curacao. Curacao money line. That's not the move, right? Ooh. Germany money line at minus 156. That's interesting. No, I'm not crazy about that though. Wings and aces. Do we take anything on this game yet? That'd probably be a small bet, I think. I think we took the Liberty game under. What else do we have? Pinnacle. Rebet? Do we have anything on rebet? No. Okay. I think that might do it for us today. I want to remind you guys that if you are not already subscribed to the YouTube channel, while I was gone, I did upload 2 brand new videos if you guys want to check them out after we hop off here on stream. One of the videos is about why you shouldn't be playing 2-mans on Prize Picks, all right? Some of you guys, if you're brand new to Positive EV, this is a video that you want to watch, okay? Prize Picks wants you to be playing 2-mans. You should not be playing 2-mans on Prize Picks, all right? And I break down the reason why, the math behind it, and also made a little video about the Whale Watch tool. So if you guys are brand new to Upside and you want to check out the Whale Watch tool, or if you just don't really know how to use it, the video I made breaks down how it works, what it tracks, how you should be approaching it in terms of how you should be tailing those plays. So make sure you guys go check that out. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. And also, if you want to check out Upside, or if you want to get on any of the apps that we use today, you can use code Trident on all of the apps. And yeah, that's going to do it for the stream today. So I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Hopefully you guys are able to cash in on some slips that we put in together. Yeah, appreciate you guys for being here. Peace out.